All right, so I got kind of a busy day today planned out. We'll see where I get, but I'd like to take, well, I'm going to take these out separately. I'd like to take this out today. I've got it unbolted on the bottom. 3 bolts came out, 1 snapped off, but I think it's ready to lift. I'm going to lift it from the motor lift mounts and just pick it up out of here. And for now, set it on some boards, I think. I've got to tear everything off the base pan. I'm thinking I could do a couple bolts on the bottom, a couple engine mounts, and then I think the whole thing's going to pull. As when, I'll have to take the radiator and stuff out. I was researching last night. It does look like they have new radiators that you can get. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out. They have one that's similar anyway. So, yeah, I don't know that it has this feel on it though, but they do have ones that are similar. So I'll probably order a radiator here pretty quick. And anyway, so yeah, the object though is to pull this and set it down, and then power wash the front of the bus, and then power wash the unit itself. I'm even thinking about going ahead and zip tying this all up, bringing it out, and then power washing under here, getting all the crap I can from there before I start sanding wire brushing all that down, and then painting that. I'll probably brush paint that because I don't want the stuff in the air and all that stuff. But so that's my thought right now. I'll need to move the $10 boat. I'd like to go ahead and put the $10 boat in here, but it takes up so much room. That's probably just going to get moved to the side of the building for now. All right, so that worked out pretty well. I'd say as planned, but the total bottom of that is roached. I should have videoed it. Dude, I didn't video it for you. Crap. I should have videoed it while I was up. I was too busy taking pictures of it. I'll put pictures in here though, but jeez. I'm not a very good YouTuber, am I? Sometimes. Just getting excited. So anyway, there you go. I'll clean this tray out, figure out what's going on up in here. What that is. There's a socket and a little bracket. There's all kinds of little things up in here in there. Yeah, nothing real worth. I will sweep this out so it's not all over the gravel out there though. But you can see the pan of the generator is literally right here. I mean, that's the pan of the generator just sitting there on top of the base of the motorhome. So I've got to get all that out so that I can, yeah, look at that. It's just rusted on there. So I've got to get all that out so that I can clean this down and get this wire brushed up and the rust off and get her painted up. All right, so that's the majority of the stuff off. I mean, that takes, what's that, about 2.5, maybe 3 pounds of metal that rusted out. And that's all, you know, I've already been washing it out for quite some time, and the rust just kept coming out of there. I just didn't realize what I was doing, what was rusting. So good. That's out. I'm hoping that I can call the company and order a new pan. But if not, I'll have to have my buddy make one. But I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of design on it. I'd rather have theirs because it's got bolts in it and all that stuff for the bottom. So it's going to be interesting figuring all this out. Probably get new rubber vibrators and all that stuff when I do it. And it looks like I'll need a new fuel pump or a new fuel filter. There's an inline filter over there, so that's fine. I'll get that replaced. No, it actually looks like a pump, so I'll get that replaced as well. Yeah, very interesting, for sure. For sure. I get wrapped up in these things, don't I? It's amazing. It's amazing. Now, I don't want to get a bunch of water in this side, so I'm probably going to try to get a bolt or something in here. It's probably dirty in there, but I'll clean it by hand. I don't want to be dumping a bunch of water up in there. Yeah. Looks like there's sound deadener that's coming off in there, and I don't know. It's just wrapped. You know, that little electric motor or whatever is just wrapped. But we're going to get all kinds of new stuff up in there. So, all right, let me bolt that in. Probably fork this out, cover those things up, spray this down and wash it, and then I'll roll this one out and spray and wash. So I got to be careful with this wind though. So also, if anybody knows what this goop is, I'd like to know, because I need to goop this one, and there's one on the back of the bus I think that needs to be gooped. All right, these three service panels have decent foam on the backside, so I'll wipe those off on the front. I won't spray them. I just don't want to get all that soaked. So I got this door shut because this wind's getting ridiculous. So I'm going to grab the tractor and take the generator on the other side and then spray this out. I've capped off the breather tube and the exhaust ports with rubber gloves. But the whole goal of this is just to get the engine clean. The pan, obviously, we're going to be taking out here soon. And then we'll just go from there. I don't know. We'll just have to fill it all out. It's going to be a mess because, I mean, we got fuel lines going through there and ground lines and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah, I have a feeling that these are going to be tough. But we'll get her washed up real quick first, and then we'll just kind of go from there, just kind of like what we're doing. So this actually came out pretty decent. I will have to wire brush it and prime it before I paint it. But it will serve its purpose. It looks like they painted yellow on the... tried to prime it, paint a little bit while I was in here, but on both sides from rusting. But we'll get this thing wire brushed down, cleaned up, and painted. That was a good idea to put it on the pallet because I would have shook the crap out of it trying to get it around there. I do still plan on pulling the bus out, but that wind's got to die down a little bit more so I can leave these doors open. If you're wondering, yeah, I'm just going nice and slow. You got to go all the way around. That's the bad part. Unless I go through the grass. I guess I could go through the grass. Since the rain. right, I think that's pretty decent. At least we can see the motor. It's not covered in grease. A lot of the paint came off of it, but that's okay. I'm not too stressed about that. We can always paint it. But I just wanted to make sure that all the grease came off. So while I'm working on it, I'm not getting nasty all the time, and I got a lot of that old foam off. I tried to protect this side. I think I did a pretty good job. I can tell I mean, that stuff just isn't gonna last much longer. But that piece seems to be good. The piece on the door seems to be okay, so we're gonna try to reuse them anyway. So we'll let this thing dry off, and well, then I guess we'll start tearing it apart at some point. It looks like somebody tore it apart. I mean, obviously this has been off before. I don't know what they were doing, but I don't know. All we can do is work on it. So a new one, like I just telling my wife, if you didn't hear me, was $13,995 on the website last night. So that seems a little pricey. So I think I'll try to skip that. All right, man, I need to clean this mess up too. I throw things back here, and that needs to go to my dad's. I just never get around to get cleaning as much as I should. So you clean or put out videos. What do you want? All right, let me, I'm gonna keep cleaning up. I think I'm gonna take the blower out there, blow that off. You know, guys don't wanna see that. I'm gonna blow this out. I'm gonna try to rearrange the garage to start getting her more ready for winter, which is what I've been doing kind of all morning. I need to pressure wash this, so maybe I'll take this around and pressure wash the lawnmower for the winter. And yeah, just trying to clean up for the winter, you know, on top of doing everything else. So, all right, I'll work on that stuff, and I'll get back to you because there's really nothing for you to see there. It's boring. So I've been cleaning and moving stuff around and getting everything ready for the winter. I got the trailer in, the dump truck in, the tractor washed, the dump truck washed. Just trying to get everything ready to go for the winter. I would have washed this, but I got to use it going up. So now I got the front of the bus out, and I got it started up. I zip tied that stuff up front to the front of the bus, and then I tie down strap the hydraulics. So I'm going to get in there and pressure wash the best I can. Get as much of that crap cleaned out before I start wire brushing, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pull this out, and I'm going to start I'm going to winterize, so that needed to be done anyway. So I'll pull up, and then I'll drain all the tanks that are here, whatever. There's not anything in the gray tank or the black tank or anything like that. There may be a little gray, but I don't think so. Sometimes stuff comes out when you're just driving and jogs its way down, but for the most part it's pretty cleaned out already. So I'll just drain the water heater and all that, and then I'll blow the lines out inside. I'm not too worried about that. I just don't want a bunch of stuff. So let me get the pressure washer going, and we'll get on this. All right, what a day. Goodness gracious. Got a lot done. I mean, I got way more done than I thought. I got all my panels washed here. We got this all washed out. We got the generator off of the pan. We got the pan washed. We got the generator washed. I mean, everything that I wanted to do today and more. I got the boss out. Since I had it washing out, I went ahead and drained the tanks inside, getting ready for winter. It's not winterized yet, but I drained all the tanks, opened up all the water lines, made sure there's nothing left in there. So we're all on our way to having it winterized. All I need to do is hook up air to it, which is all in the basement, and I'll be able to blow it out, and we'll be in good shape. So yeah, there you go. Wash the wheels and tires and the rims. I mean, I need to get this out and really scrub it down, honestly, and wax it up, or not wax, but what do you call it? Silicone. What is that stuff these days? Blah 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 blah. Ceramic coated. My mind's blank. So anyway, good day. I got plenty done. All I wanted to do was get this washed, honestly, and get it out of there and get that washed. So we went above and beyond for sure. Dump trucks washed and inside, the trailers inside, the tractors are both inside, everything's inside. So, oh, there's the boss. So I'll see you guys later. All right, good morning. I'm back on the bus. I'm going to be working on this generator. I have some updates. I've talked to the generator company. They do have the radiator. They do not make the pan, but they did send me drawings, which I was pretty impressed with that. A lot of people wouldn't do that. So they sent me the drawings. They're not the greatest drawings, but they're okay. So what I'm going to do is kind of mock up, I'm going to take I'll have to drain the radiator first, and then I'll start tearing the stuff off. But I'll have to kind of mock up the bottom pan on how it goes, where everything fits. which is going to be kind of crazy, but yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. We'll kind of have to make it up as we go along. I need to catch these distances here, though. I'll probably do that. I'll probably try to measure stuff off, just so I know where things go and write it down on a sheet of paper or something. Maybe I'll get the drawings and make different drawings for different cutouts. There is a cutout there, and there's a cutout in the back for that breather box as well, I guess. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm up against. And then, but the rest of it should be able to be pretty simple for them to make, I think. I think today's project, though, is I'm going to move it up here just so it's out of the way, because once I start tearing apart, I'll bring the parts this way, the engine this way, and all that stuff to get it off the pan. So I'll do that, but yeah, drain the radiator and start taking her apart is what kind of the goal is. I guess I'll take lots of video, obviously, and photos so that I can go back and review the tape on where things go if I can't remember, but I think I'll get it. So that's kind of the deal. So let me pull this forward and we'll start ripping and stripping. Lower drain valve, there's an upper one, I guess that's to let air in. That's let the juice out, I think. There's not one on the bottom, so we're gonna go with that. Yeah, this is the part that's gonna suck when they do the pan, is I've got these fittings and stuff, I'm gonna have to figure that out. And then these will have to go on there as well, these grounding points, so yeah, that'll all be interesting. But we'll figure it out. All right, we'll just start by trying to get this thing loose and see if we can't get it drained. It's a good thing we're gonna put a new one on here. Oh no. Where's it going to come out at? That's the crazy part. Already we're in trouble, but I just busted the clip out of the side here to see if I can get it to drain out the side, and it is just full of crap. This plate. I was hoping I could maybe have it drain right here, but I don't know where it's draining, but I don't want it all over the floor, so it's kind of a predicament there. It's obviously not draining right below it. I wish there was a hole there. No, that could be. There could be. Dang it. I don't really know what to do here. I don't know how to drain this without it going everywhere. Let's see, is there a tube I got that can fit over that, maybe? Not really. Let's see what it does here. Yeah, see, it's kind of leaking out here. It's going to make a mess. I'm going to try to pull this over a little more. Let's see if I can slide it without. Ah, nope, it's stuck on there. Good Lord, look at that, just breaking off. All right, well, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Until it there, and maybe it'll come out faster and farther. I don't know. Oh, broke off. All right, well, that's no good. Shoot. Yeah, this is definitely trash. All right, well, that's not going to work. Let me get a socket that side. That worked. Just take the whole thing out. And that's clogged up anyway. So maybe that'll help us make this stuff shoot out, maybe. And we won't get such a mess. I don't know. We'll see. I want it to shoot. That shot! Shoot! Oh, I hope I got that on camera. Oh, It shot like way past it. All right, the floor's wet. I'll clean up. Tag on it. Oh, now it's shooting outside. Come on, catch as much as you can. Come on. I should funnel that over. It's just kind of drizzling out there. Oh well, it is what it is. It's gonna be on the floor. Let me get some rags and try to figure something else out here. There you go. You just had to bust open the bottom. All right. Well, we got a lot of cleanup to do. Clean up on aisle 5. Dang it. I'll get some rags. This is going to be too much for paper towels. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take the side frame off to get that out. It's crazy what you gotta take off to get to what. I should have done this outside. All right, like I said, that bracket in the picture comes with the radiator. So we'll see. Yeah, look at that. That's just all the fins out of this thing. It's just so messed up. But I think I'm good. I don't think that's shut, but it's blocked off. We'll carry it outside and just stick it beside the building for now. Just get it out of here. Then I'll lift this up and we'll commence to cleaning and get this floor all cleaned up and everything. So, all right, let's do that and move on. God. All right, well, don't do that. Do that radiator dump outside next time, because what a mess. I ended up having to wash the whole floor down and then get the blower and blow it all back down so it'll dry up and get the fan going and all that. Then I took it around. I did get this all washed out because it was full of radiator fluid. I didn't want it to be sticky. So that is done. But on the way back in, the big tractor died. And Jeff and I have worked on that before. It had that issue when we got it. There was algae buildup in the tank. So usually if I let it sit like this, the algae kind of backs off the filter. So basically I'm gonna have to drain the tank on that thing and then bleach it and then refill it with diesel. It's kind of good that happened now though, because the hay ride for the fall festival for the neighborhood for all the kids that trick or treat is coming up, and that means I need to get this bad boy clean. It's dirty. So I'm probably gonna shift gears. I'm probably gonna wash this thing up and get it all cleaned up, because it is going to be pulling the trailer for the hayride evidently. So there's that. All right, well, yeah, let me, that's fine. I'll let this thing dry up anyway. I'll put the fan on it and get it all dry off. But I am seeing an issue here. When I was washing this out, I was looking at the bearings. Look at that. I don't think that's correct. It looks like it's lost about, I don't know, maybe a third. There should be a space in there, but not that much space. So I think that that's a bad bearing there. So we'll have to fix that while we're in here too. It's good we're doing this. I mean, all this stuff needs to be fixed anyway. So we'll have plenty of opportunity. So I may have to kind of work on this panel too, add sheet metal to the bottom of it or whatever. So there's gonna be a lot of fabrication, a lot of help going on with this thing for sure. But like always, we'll get it. It's going to be cheaper for sure than paying for a new one. The new one is $13,995 out there right now. So yeah. Well, that turned into an event. I just finished. I got the tractor all cleaned up, so that's good. Little tractor's ready to go. I put the weights on the front. I actually should have cleaned those, huh? Yeah, so that it can pull the trailer load of people without flipping back. And I had this out, so I needed the big bucket on there for Monday, so I washed the small bucket and put it away up on wood. Cleaned up that area because it was muddy from washing the thing out with the dirty bucket. And I ended up spraying it off and whatever. It's not anywhere near ready for winter, but I need to use it on Monday. So that's the way it'll be for now. I don't know, there's a lot to this thing, right? Like that piece looks like it's still solid, but it's up in the air, see? So what's under here? See, I'm not gonna be able to figure that out. Man, I'm gonna have to kind of lift it up with the excavator and get these bolts off probably. This is kind of, I don't know if that's fallen on there. I guess it has fallen on there and kind of melted to the machine probably. Yeah, that's what's happened. So this thing's fallen and hit the machine. It's supposed to be up on this panel, so we'll work on all that stuff. It's crazy. That's crazy if this is really what's supposed to be under here, which it looks like it really is. That's what holds that tank up. Isn't that crazy? Wild stuff. All right, so that's kind of funny. You had this PVC pipe in here underneath this tank because the clip had rusted out. So instead of fixing that, which I don't know, maybe you couldn't get the parts, but you still should have come up with something, I thought. He made this pipe to go up underneath it to hold it up. Crazy. All right, so I'll add that to my list of things that I need. Maybe you can't get it out, maybe you can. Sure seems like I could weld something new on there. Looks like it just bolts here on the side. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. It sure is rusty though, isn't it? Maybe that was the best solution he could come up with at the time. Let's see, can I get this out of here now? What's holding this? What's holding this? Oh, those wires go right through it. Okay. So if I take that panel off, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. Whoop. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll figure that out. Alright, well, we got the air breather off by basically breaking the nuts. That's what happened. So, but it's off, so that's good. So I think we're gonna come in here. Yeah. I think I just take those 3 bolts off and that releases the fan from the front of the motor. Yeah, there you go. Gotta be gentle with these, definitely don't want to break them. They're not rusted though, that's a good thing. They're just in there. It's like a $400 part, that fan is what they want for it anyway. It's gonna be interesting now. Been on there so long. This side's actually, there it goes. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that just came right over these. These are supposed to be in holes. You can kind of see this one, where this one is. The metal is definitely missing out down the bottom of this, just roached out. So we will have to recreate that to weld it back in. So we'll cut the cancer off. This is actually, a lot of this is pretty good. But we'll cut the cancer off the corners and the edges here, and then we'll just put a piece of sheet metal on the side. It looks like they did that here once. So we'll cut all this down, cut this corner back out and refit this. All right, and then there's our fan. So there you go. Glad to have that because that's expensive. And boy, does that bearing not look right. I mean, it's not seized, but, and maybe it is right, but it doesn't look right to me. And then this does not seem to be the right piece either. You got this one that's nice and tight and this one that's loose. Seems like those will be the same. Not 100% sure, but it seems like it because that shouldn't be that loose, I wouldn't think. But maybe it doesn't matter because it's just the fan. 720 and that's 7265. hard to say what's supposed to be there. That one seems right. This one seems wrong. But we'll find out if there's something we can do better than that. And maybe it is supposed to be loose, but it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. Which is cool, and we saved the insulator, which is what I was yeah, how brand new that looks in there. Well, we saved the insulator, which is what I was really worried about the most, so that's cool. So we're really gonna be able to get this because the sizes are gonna be in there. That's nice right there. All right, so I'll start on this one and see what we can do here. Maybe we can get this banged out. It looks like it might be welded to the thing, but hopefully maybe we can get this off. Don't really need to save it though, because I can put any old bolt there for ground. And then we'll work on these fuel lines. So, all right, we're cruising right along. Just keep at it. Tank has been bothering Mama a lot, so Tank is out here with me, and she doesn't like it over there, so I'm having her sit over here on the tractor where she can't really get away. She's being a good dog, but I don't want to touch her because I'll get her all dirty. Yes, I will, but she's not real happy right now. She's kind of stuck up here. Are you? She doesn't like the loud noises, so she won't come over and stand by me, which is weird. When she was little, she didn't care at all, but now she definitely doesn't like it. All right, well, let's just keep working away, getting these panels off. I am going to, I'm going to order all new hoses, of course, if I can find them. And then I'm going to paint this engine up. It's a pretty little guy. Evidently it's, well, they say in Kubota, but on this side, this says Perkins. Hey, tune-up is by an authorized shop only, so don't you try to do it on your own. And there's your model number for cat up on top here, underneath all those lines. Great place to put a cat. Can't read it. All right, well, let's just keep working away. Alright, so all 4 engine mounts just broke off. But I think we're to the place where we can just lift it off this pan now. Everything's disconnected. So I think we can just lift it straight up and take it off. I'm going to take a few pictures of it just like this before I take it off because it's interesting to me. It sits all the way to the side. I guess the muffler goes there, so it makes sense, but I just didn't realize it was that far over. So we'll go ahead and hook the tie downs to it. I gotta put the puppy somewhere. She's over there just shaking. Anyway, I'll hook the tie down straps to it. I'll bring the excavator up. We'll just pick it up, and I'll take the pan out of the way, and we'll set it back down on that pallet. I think I want it rolling though, so I think I'm going to put some rollers underneath the pallet so I can just roll it around as I want to. Well, that was awesome. We got it out finally. There's the motor and the generator, and there's the pan. It's a total mess. So hopefully we can get one made up that'll work just fine. It's got a couple things, like it's supposed to have an engine access port here, and that way we can change the oil. Then it has a cooling fan, but there she is. And I don't know what that circle is either. Maybe it's just a drain. Not really sure. But there you have it. There's the box. It is out. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, well, that's gonna be it for me today. I'm gonna take a shower, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it like I did. I think that was a cool project. Of course, we're not anywhere near done. We're just done getting it apart. That's, I guess, the easiest part. But we'll work on getting her back together. And yeah, one step at a time, right? That's all we can do. So until then, I appreciate you guys. I know your time is valuable, and I'll see you next week.